Hello everybody, welcome to Deluxe Collectibles, and today I'm going to be doing a video ranking all of the brand new Black Widow movie Funko Pops. So for this wave of Pops, there are going to be 8 of them, and for each one I'm going to give them a score out of 5, and then I'm also going to let you know my want list for the wave, and then my final verdict for it, where we'll add up all the scores, and that will be out of 40, and then I'll convert that over to a percent mark. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video. I hope you all go on to enjoy it, and if you do, be sure to leave a like and also subscribe if you want to see more ranking videos. And let's get straight into it here with number 8. Alright, at number 8 here we have Taskmaster with claws. Now this one is going to be a Walmart exclusive, and I think the design of Taskmaster in this film is alright. I know it's a pretty controversial design because it kind of reflects the original design for Taskmaster, but also at the same time it looks a little bit more generic to me. It kind of looks like a bit of like just a modified, like, I don't know, like motorcycle helmet or something, like just some sort of general helmet. I don't mind the complete visor look. I think that's kind of unique, and I do like the color scheme of it with the hints of like the orange around the hood and the outfit, and then the darker navy blue looks alright, but just overall it's not a fantastic design, and I kind of feel like we're not going to get the original Taskmaster design in this film unless they pull some sort of surprise with it, which they totally could, but I'm not too sure at the moment. And of course I don't know who is actually playing Taskmaster, so I can't really comment on the actual character. That goes for all of these characters in this list, other than Black Widow, of course, because we've seen her in quite a few films. But for Taskmaster, he's just one that I can't really comment on, so only based on design, this one is going to get a 2.5 out of 5. And now let's move on to number 7. Okay, at number 7 here we have Taskmaster with a bow. So here's Taskmaster once again. Now this one, I do like how it is quite the big variation here without the hood on. Now he has a different weapon here with the bow. We have seen this in the trailer, and I feel like it looks fine here. I think the design once again is just a little bit generic feeling. He doesn't really feel like he could be the main villain in the film, and maybe like the character isn't, and I'm not even sure who it's gonna wind up being. I know I don't know the character's name, but one of the characters in the film who's kind of part of like Black Widow's like family with the black hair. If I find out what her name is, I'll maybe put it up on screen, but that character people have speculated might be Taskmaster, but I'm not too sure, of course, because I haven't seen the film. I mean, nobody has, but yeah, I hope that it's a cool reveal and maybe it redeems the character, and I don't want to judge the character fully yet because we haven't seen the film, but overall for this one I'm going to also give it a 2.5 out of 5, and now let's move on to number 6. At number 6 here we have Black Widow in her street clothes, and this one is pretty interesting because it's a more basic look for Black Widow here, but I still do like it, and I like how all 3 of the different Black Widows in this wave have different sort of hair sculpts going on. I really love that, how they were able to make each one unique, so that kind of puts some variation into the actual head sculpts of her. I think it's interesting how she's holding a vial with some sort of looks to be pink liquid in it. I'm not sure what that is going to be. Maybe some sort of super soldier serum? Who knows? I'm not too sure. It could be just some sort of poison or toxic sort of material or something like that. But overall, I think her outfit here is pretty simplistic. That's why it's near the bottom here. So for this one, I'm going to be giving it a 3 out of 5. And now let's move on to number 5. Alright, at number 5 here we have Yelena, and she looks really fantastic. I feel like they really nailed the design here. I feel like her hair looks really fantastic. Her earrings add a little bit more color with that gold shine to her face there, matching with kind of her hair color there. I like her sort of like bow staff, and I think that her outfit overall being more simplistic again, but I feel like it looks pretty accurate to what we've seen in the trailer, so I do like that. And she seems like she's going going to be a really cool character for the film, so I'm excited to see her role in it. So for this one, I'm going to be giving it a 3.5 out of 5, and now let's move on to number 4. Okay, at number 4 here, we have Black Widow in her gray suit. This one is going to be a Walmart exclusive, and I just want to say it was really hard to find a photo of this one because on the actual Funko website, underneath their blog where I saw these photos, that's where I saved them from, it actually didn't have the correct photo. It had just her normal casual outfit for the photo, so I had to find this one somewhere on Twitter, so thankfully I was able to for this video. But this outfit looks really fantastic here. It definitely adds a lot more detail to her outfit with the belt there, the sort of gauntlets going on. She's actually holding some materials or like some weapons, I suppose. And then her outfit just looks nice with the kind of lighter tone of gray up against the black. I think that kind of adds some nice contrast to it. A different hair sculpt here, which is really nice. I like how that looks. Just overall a pretty fantastic pop here. So for this one, I'm going to be giving it a 4 out of 5. And now let's move on to number 3. At number 3 here, we have Taskmaster with S.H.I.E.L.D., and this is my favorite version of the character from this wave. I feel like it's great that they were able to give the character both of their weapons there. I feel like that's really nice. Now, of course, we aren't getting the bow here, but I assume as they go throughout the film, they might start out by using their bow, but then transition over to the classic sword and shield combo, which is kind of known for Taskmaster. So I think that that looks pretty great. And then overall, I've spoken about the outfit in the previous ones, but I think that it still looks pretty great here. I like the pose as well, so overall a good looking pop here. So for this one, I'm going to be giving it a 4 out of 5, and now let's move on to number 2. Alright, at number 2 here, we have Red Guardian, and this one is really fantastic. It's great that we're getting a Funko Pop of this character. I feel like David Harbour is probably going to do a really great job at playing this character, adding a bit of a comedic sense to the film and just that sort of angle to it. So I feel like it's great here. You have this Russian version of Captain America, which is really cool. It's a cool idea to have that alternate version there, and I love how the shield looks. I feel like it looks really great. My favorite color is red. It's kind of between red and black, but I really love the look of the red here, and I like how it's kind of damaged as well on the helmet there. I think that looks really great. It's kind of scratched up. It looks like it's been used a lot, so I do like that. Just overall a really cool power stance as well. I feel like he looks like he can't really be knocked down because he's obviously a larger like character in the film. I feel like just size wise it looks like he'd be harder to knock down, kind of like dissimilar to like Captain America, who is a little bit more like obviously very muscular but not as large like that. So I kind of like that contrast between both of them. So I think that he looks really great here. A good job on the beard sculpt as well. I think that came out looking really cool. So overall a great one here, and so I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. And now let's move on to number 1. Okay, at number 1 here, we have Black Widow in her white suit. Now, this was a pretty big moment from the trailer. I feel like a lot of people really loved the look of this suit, and I have to agree it's a really cool variation here. Instead of just the classic Black Widow suit, it's kind of more like a White Widow suit here, so I think that that's kind of a unique look there. I like the sort of weapons that she has in her hands there, the black up against the white there with a little bit of red in the middle of her belt. It's pretty nice, and once again a new hair sculpt on the head there. I think that that looks really fantastic. I love how it's letting all of her hair out there, so I really do like the design of this one. I feel like they really nailed it here with the pose, the paint job there, just everything about it. The whole design looks really great. So for this one, I'm going to be giving it a 5 out of 5. And now let's move on to my want list for the wave. Alright, so for the want list here, there are only 2 pops from the wave that I plan on picking up, at least at the moment, because of course, once I see the film, who knows, I might wind up really liking this version of Taskmaster, and I also might really like characters like Yelena, or I might like some of the specific moments where Black Widow's in some of her specific outfits, but for now, the main ones are Red Guardian. I really love his design, and I feel like David Harbour's probably gonna knock the performance out of the park, so I'm really excited for that. So he's one of the ones, and then the next one is Black Widow in her white suit. I feel like that's just a fantastic variation on the character's normal design, so I really feel like it will stand out a lot more, so it feels like more of a necessary one to pick up. So those are my 2 picks for my want list here. I feel like they both have really great designs, and I might wind up getting one of the Taskmaster figures, and if I did, it would be the one with their shield, but for now I left them off of the list because I just don't know enough about the character and sort of their villainous role in the film and who they might turn out to be, so it'll kind of depend on how good they are of a villain in it, but for now, those are the 2 for the want list, and now let's move on to my final verdict. Okay, so in conclusion, this wave out of a score of 40 managed to get 29, which converts over to 72.5%. So I feel like that's a pretty accurate score for how I feel about this wave. I was quite surprised by how many versions of Taskmaster they made for this one. Now, Black Widow, of course, I wasn't surprised that there were 3 versions here. I feel like we might even get more versions of her if they make any other waves for this one, but Taskmaster, I was a little surprised about, but I guess that's alright. I feel like they're alright designs, especially the one with the shield definitely stands out a lot because then you're getting 2 weapons there, but for the most part I feel like this wave was pretty well done here, and I'm very excited for the film. I'm very happy that Black Widow is finally getting her own solo movie. I feel like it's going to be really cool, and there are, well, not even rumors, I think it was confirmed that Robert Downey Jr. is going to cameo in the film, so that should be exciting as well. Maybe if it's enough of a big moment in the film, we'll get some sort of Funko Pop for it. So let me know your thoughts on that, and just let me know your rankings down below as well. I'm really curious to hear what your ranking is and how it kind of varies from mine, what sort of disagreements we'll have about them. I always love talking to you guys in the comment section down below, so be sure to let me know all of your thoughts, and thank you so much for watching the video. I really do appreciate it, and if you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and also subscribe. But for now, I'll see you all next time, and always remember, keep on collecting.